element of that inside you. You got to actually doubt your work just a little bit, because that makes you improve. But if you doubt it too much, you're not going to upload, and you're going to become stagnant, and you're going to fail. Right? You need to be like, but this part of it isn't good. Yeah, shut up. Now fix that part that isn't good. You know, like, be self-critical to an extent that you can do better, right? Without being so self-critical that you don't do at all.
Yes.
You know?
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to No Chill Podcast. As you know, we are back with another episode. Today, I'm with my guy, Leon Jacobs. How are you, my friend?
I am doing fantastic.
Listen, guys, before we continue, just know that today we're in partnership with Brothers Tech. It's in Hatfield. They deal with cellulars. If you've got a broken phone, come through. It's close to Ras Publica. And they deal with computers as well. They sell like just a lot of mobile cell phone accessories, and come through and check it out. We're chilling here in Hatfield today, and we'll give you more information during the interview. But I'm so happy to be with you here, my guy.
Likewise.
We've been wanting to talk, but the universe was not allowing. But I'm glad today.
Yeah.
I'm glad today, and shout out to Brothers Tech for giving us this opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, the setup, everything about this.
Everything is fine, man.
Out of the way of the weather, of course. I think everything is fantastic.
Guys, as you know, we do these things outside, but because of the weather, guys, we couldn't do it, and we actually just got a solution from Brothers Tech, and we'll tell you more about this. But today's episode is just more about inspiring people. We want you guys to learn from my brother here. He's a social media content creator. He's an activist. He's also a student at Tux. And my brother, I have a pen and a book here. I'm ready to learn from you. And I just want you to introduce yourself, to the people, maybe for the people who doesn't know you, and just tell them exactly what you do, then we can take it from there.
So my name is Liam Jacobs, and I'm a content creator. I've been making content for the past 5 years of my life. I am also, like he said, a student and all that. And I think especially that content creator part, I absolutely love hammering down on that. And with good reason, of course. Like, when you've been giving this much time to something, and you've been pushing at something, you really have a passion for something, you want to call yourself that something.
Yes.
And that's what I do.
I understand, as much as you are a content creator, I feel like it starts with the personal development. Because being a content creator, you need to have confidence, and confidence is part of being like personally. Like, your personality needs to be strong, and you need to remove things like fear. You need to have to be consistent, and being consistent means that you believe in yourself. So I want to start from the personal development part, and then we can talk about content creation, because I don't think people who doubt themselves, they can make it online. So take me through how you developed yourself to actually gain enough confidence to say, you know what, I'm a content creator, and online is my place.
Yeah. So it's really just the thing about, getting your head in the right space. I mean, who's able to put out any piece of content without having their head in the right space? You've got to back your videos. You've got to know what it is that you're making videos about. You've got to upload without fear.
True.
Because there's a bunch of people that will tell you, don't make videos about chairs or leather, because nobody's going to watch your videos about chairs or leather. I'll tell you what, there's people in the leather industry that want to watch your videos. There's people who, there's really a market for any sort of content, and there's people who will get behind you because you make a certain type of content, and you back yourself in making that content. And that comes back to as well the self-awareness aspect of it, I like cows, and therefore I will make content about leather. And other people will watch me make content about leather, and they will like my content about leather because I'm making content about leather,
And they can see, even people can also see the authenticity, and when you're real and you're not even giving a damn about what people say, they want to be part of you. Because wait, how do this person get this much confidence? So,
in my comments, I see this like a lot, and it's like, I like your content because you stand up for what you believe in. You stand for the truth. I can get behind you. And the reason is, I get in front of the camera and I put my all into it. I put all of the passion I could possibly put into it. You know, and people look at that and they like, this is our guy. You know? And really look at who it is that you look up to. Every single content creator, right, has that sort of, you know, I'd call it even the audacity to be that confident. You know? And they've got that. All of them have that. And that is something you have to get right within yourself. You have to be confident. You have to back yourself.
You know, a lot of people, they'll tell you have to be confident. But now, is there any process to gain confidence? Because I can share mine, but I also want to hear how, because I know I gained confidence through stuff that I was doing, which I can share. But I want to hear from you, what is it that you did or what you're still doing? Because confident is a continuous thing. You can never get to a point where you say, I'm confident enough, because you do different things.
So I started doing YouTube videos in like 2017. And that was when nobody was watching. I say nobody. I love all of my friends that were watching my stuff, but like 8 views compared to what I get now.
At least it's
a massive comparison. And I was so afraid to tell people that I was making YouTube videos at the time, you know, and I was making wrestling. I was talking about wrestling. So afraid to do that. And eventually, you know, as you put in your reps, as you make content, right, you sort of become confident about it. Like, anyone who's been making content for years on end naturally gets in front of the camera, gets behind a keyboard or whatever, and does what it is that they do. And they do it because they back themselves enough. Like, Kanye doesn't have that sort of confidence out of nowhere. He's confident because he's done enough to be able to be confident. You know, like before he even was Kanye that put out his very first album in 2004, he backed himself enough because he knew what he was doing. And, you know, it comes through that constant doing of that thing, because you can't be confident if you don't, you know, do it.
So what you're saying is people gain confidence through doing.
So
there's no way you can say, okay, let me just now start gaining confidence and do everything else about you, but not putting something out.
You need to take the step. Like, if anything, you know, I watch a lot of professional wrestling, and there's a time I was watching a lot of interviews. And Chris Jericho spoke about he's a wrestler, right? He spoke about, you know, Walls of Jericho, what. He spoke about the whole, like, if you were to do this, right? If you were to jump off a building and there's a wizard and he was gonna, and that wizard tells you, hey, jump, everything's gonna be fine when you get to the bottom, right? Listen to that wizard. I'm gonna be that wizard. If you're watching this, take that jump, take that leap, because it's gonna be fine. Look at us.
Bro, this reminds me of myself when I was started. Like, for me, it was not easy, but I actually had to do something, you know. And another point, loving challenges is one of the things that can take you far. Don't be comfortable. The moment you are comfortable in your life, nothing will go up. You're just gonna stuck. So you are right. So with me, how I gained my confidence, right? It was just a way of doing things that I say I'll do. Could be tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and do 20 push-ups.
And when you do it, what happens?
I feel good.
Fantastic. You feel like you can do another 20 tomorrow morning.
Again. It became a habit.
It's reps.
And doing that, if I go out and someone says something about me, I'll always remind myself, I'll always do what I say I'll do. So that's how you boost your confidence. And I like the part that you said, we should be doing something. So whatever that the reason why people lack confidence is because they say they'll do something and they don't do it. And it causes them to have self-doubt. Self-doubt is the opposite of confidence.
I mean, there isn't a successful content creator about that doesn't upload a video with that mindset of this video is going to bang, it's going to do well, right? And it's because they've done it enough times, right? And they've overcome that self-doubt of like, little old me, I'm going to upload for 10 people and it's going to be good, but just 10 people. No, they're not satisfied with that as well. You know? And that self-doubt, you've got to have an element of that inside you. You've got to actually doubt your work just a little bit, because that makes you improve. But if you doubt it too much, you're not going to upload and you're going to become stagnant and you're going to fail, right? You need to be like, but this part of it isn't good. Yeah, shut up. Now fix that part that isn't good. You know, like, be self-critical to an extent that you can do better, right? Without being so self-critical that you don't do at all. You know?
True.
So yeah, like, I proper think you gotta look at it.
we spoke about confident, and now you just gave people the easiest way to gain confidence through doing. So now there's this other thing. People want to post, but they're scared of, they fear of being criticized. But then how do you overcome that? Use yourself as an example. What did you do to overcome that? Obviously, when you were started, you had this mind, this voice in your head saying, hey, people will say this. Then how do you then reject all those things and just keep doing?
This is probably the nicest way to put it, right?
Yeah.
Whenever someone comments something bad,
Yeah.
the algorithm doesn't see it as a comment. Like what the comment is, it just sees the comment.
Oh.
That's all it sees. So I wouldn't like let that pendulum swing back and forth. I won't go back and forth with a hate comment, for example. I'll just be like, carry on.
That's actually profound, dude. You know, engagement is what we want.
Yeah.
And once there's more engagement, the algorithm will favor your content.
Yeah.
So if people, whether they're saying good or bad, but they still comment, that's very profound. I'm gonna put that in my book. So,
You should.
so you saying, I'm gonna quote you though. Thanks. So you saying to just overcome the fear of being criticized, you practically, what do I do? Like I know that part is another thing that I can think of, but practically it's inside me.
I get that you need to actually get to a stage where you can be like engagement, but there's a point where you starting where, and this happened to me, like people in my class made like fake accounts just to comment nonsense on my videos, right?
Yeah.
And it got like in my head, it was like, you know what? Whether or not these people tell me what they tell me, it doesn't impact how I see myself, right? And how I feel about my content. Because I put this out with the knowledge that this is going to be a banging piece of content, right? So when a detractor comes and says, oh no, your video is bums, right? I'm like, I know this is mad. I know this is sick. But when another detractor comes and says like, your video is bums because of this, I'll actually look into that a bit, you know? So you've got to take negativity and try to use it positively.
A hater will never attack you with something that is not a fact. A hater will tell you that your video quality is bad, or your picture, I cannot see it.
Yeah.
You take it there like, oh shit. You don't look at it as a negative. Okay.
I can make better content.
Yes, I can make it. That's how I grew, bro. To be honest, online, I read comments. And people, when they say this, tomorrow they're not going to say it.
People, creators that don't make an impact are the ones that don't read their comments.
Yes.
Your comments tell you everything you need to know. Everything.
That's where you improve.
Yeah. Yeah, your improvement is in your comments. Your love is in your comments. All of that goodness is in your comments.
Exactly.
Right?
So, hey, this is so nice, bro. But the reason why I'm starting with the fundamentals of the personality before content, bruh, if you are weak mentally, you're not going to make it online. So let's then now focus on what makes people win before content. It's the mindset, the right mindset.
Totally it's the mindset.
You understand? It's doing what you love. Don't even try to copy others. We are unique. There are people who love dancing. Take a video of yourself dancing, singing, whatever that you love doing. You can do it. Aren't you doing what you love?
I'm doing what I love. I get in front of a camera every day of my life, and I shout at a camera. I love it.
And once you start doing that, you're aligning things like yourself. You're aligning yourself, and everything that you do, it feels good. And And it's no longer about people. So you just remove people now.
Like, you will give up if that's not why you're doing it. Because if you're doing it for the bag or whatever, right? You're not doing it because you love it. You're going to fail. And I always heard YouTubers say this. And I was like, nah, but like, you know, it's just the bag. It's like the bag is actually nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
But now that I'm 5 years deep into it, I've realized that it wasn't the bag I was focused on ever. It was actually just getting in front of a camera and doing what it is that I need to do.
So now, bro, like we don't really have like time here, but quick. You're a content creator, you know what works. Just give people the formula of what is working on social media.
There's a cheat code. There's a massive cheat code, right?
Yeah.
And this cheat code goes like this. You go look at your 10 best videos, your 10 best whatevers. You ask yourself what made them the best whatevers they are.
Yeah.
And that is how you get your formula to make good content, right?
Okay.
Because everyone has a form of content that like they do and it pops off and some doesn't pop off. Those that pop off all have something in common. You find that, you've got your winning formula. But before you can find that, you need to create endlessly. You need to make. Don't listen to the views. Don't listen to the actually listen to the comments, right? But don't take it as like, you know,
the controlling indicator.
Right? Look at your likes, look at whatever, but let it come from here. Let everything come from here, right? And that, after doing that for time, you can take a step back and you can look at what it is that makes everything about you successful, implement that, and that is how you get to where you want to get to. I started an account, right, 4.5 months ago. That's we met like what, last year?
Last year.
I started an account like 4.5 months ago, a new account, right? And in the space of 4.5 months, I've got to 35 point something followers, 35 point something K followers, whereas 2 years took me 37K. And that's because I was like, you know what? I'm taking everything I've learned, I'm applying it. So you can only learn that, right? Through doing it.
So you check which videos performs better. And whichever that performs better, you keep it. And whichever that doesn't, you dump.
So I literally sat for, it was probably an hour, hour and a half, and went through all of my top 10 videos. I went through them and I analyzed everything, from the pacing of the cuts to the introduction, to the text that I put in, everything. I analyzed everything to such a micro level that now I will never ever go under 10,000 views on a video again.
So which social media platforms do you recommend people should be using and why?
TikTok. So I feel like one of the, and I'd just say TikTok, right? Because it's still sort of new and there's still a lot of opportunity on it, right? I mean, 4.5 months ago, that's when I started, right? So I'd recommend that because also like it's way easier to learn TikTok and your niche, especially if you have a niche, right? Than it is to go onto YouTube or to go onto Twitch or to go onto like IG, because you can take people from TikTok to another thing. Right?
So you can inter-exchange, but you have to focus on one first. Is that what you're saying?
I would say if you're starting off, focus on one and eventually you'll know how to do the others.
Can you please just describe your biggest failure on social media and how did you recover that?
Oh, that was when I got cancelled.
Cancelling culture. I feel like this is the last question, but can you just unpack it? Because obviously there's cancelling culture out there. People get cancelled. How do you keep your reputation as a person?
What you've got to do is, right, you've got to acknowledge what it is that happened and you've got to grow past that, because people don't cancel you for nonsense. They cancel you for something, right? There is something, and there is opportunity for you to grow as a person, much like I've grown as a person, right? And I've come back and I've looked at myself and I've been like, Liam, you want to do this. You want to be on social media. You want to create content for millions and millions of people. You will do that, right? But before you can do that, you need to grow as a person. You need to analyze why it is that you got cancelled, right? And then you need to be like, okay, I can do it now with what I have. And also, it kind of enhances you to be more sensitive about certain things and to reach a broader audience as well.
That's good. Because for me, running away from being cancelled, I just want to have followers everywhere in the world. Because cancelling culture, it's everywhere, but if you've been cancelled in South Africa and there's someone in India that watches your content, they don't give a shit what you did in South Africa. They love your content, you understand? So another thing is to market yourself across other markets, not just South Africans. As a content creator, go abroad, do
the
content.
world is yours.
Yeah, do content in simple English. You don't even need to, simple English, and there you including everyone. My content is the perfect example. Liam, I wish we had enough time, man.
I wish we had hours, man.
But I think we can do part two. We can do part two because there's so much that I want to learn from you, and I also want people to learn from you. What are the things in closing that you can tell people as people who wants to start being content creators? What can they do? Simple thing, applicable, straightforward.
Believe in yourself and upload your first piece of content. That is it. And continue to believe in yourself and believe that your goal is yours before it even is. I operate like that. Everything that I have predestined in my mind, right? I tell myself it's mine, time just hasn't caught up to it yet. Create content with that mindset, fearlessly, and that is how you get to where you want to get to. I'm telling you now. And don't want success in the space of like 6 months or a year.
Takes time.
Yeah, exactly.
Takes time.
It takes so much time.
Took me 5 years to boom.
Yeah, that on average, right, is kind of the thing. I've noticed it, like 5 years.
Yeah.
That is when it happens. For some reason, it's between that 5 to 10 year space, right? It happens there. So put in the time.
Yes.
Like, you've got nothing to lose by making content. It's fun, and you know, you put smiles on a lot of people's faces. You inform a lot of people. You change the world.
Value.
You change your corner.
My
of the
guy,
world.
I wish we had enough time, man. And I think we're gonna have part 2 of this. People will love to see more of this. And guys, like we said, this podcast is in partnership with Brothers Tech in Hatfield. If you need to fix your phone, if you need any computer parts and any mobile accessories, come check it. It's close to Res Publica in Hatfield at the corner. Shout out to everyone. We're going to have part 2 of me and Liam Jacobs chilling, talking about content. There's so much just that now because of time. But with this little information, I hope a lot of people learned, because we started with the basics, and I feel like we can't ignore self-development. We can't ignore fear, criticism.
You know what?
Those are the things.
You know what?
Yeah.
Tag one of us in your first bit of content that you create.
Yes.
Tag us.
Please. Or send us. Send me. DM me personally.
Tag us.
Yeah.
That's it. Tag us. We will watch that and we'll support that.
You will see his handle here. We're going to put them. Tag us. It's a challenge, guys. Let's take this challenge. Post. I will see it. Literally, I will see if you tag me or even if you DM me. Say, no, chill. I watch your show. I uploaded my first video. Please like it or give me a recommendation. Yes, and I will help you.
On my side, it's @Politikko. POLITIKKOP. You tag me, I'm there.
Shout out, guys. Thank you so much. Until next time, we love you. Bye.